Hello viewers, if you are seeing this video, then you have been informed by our inner men that Quantum Impulse Gaming is a corrupt and biased server. Quantum Impulse Gaming, or QIG, has many admins that do not follow the rules and are not on the same page with
Those of you who have played on the server Quantum Impulse Gaming, RP, or any of their other servers will agree that their servers are completely made up of ninjas, the worst staff possible, and the admins don't do anything that can possibly do good for the server. Most of them have random banned. Most of them don't reply to any of the reports, no matter what they are. And it is probably one of the worst servers that you can ever join on Gmod. If you want to start with some of the admins, let's just list a few. Quantum Impulse Gaming Billy, or QIG Billy. He has been the liaison on the server for around 2 or 3 months now since Anthony retired. He was good at first until he let the power get to his head, and now he's just probably the worst thing that has came to the server since so did he. Those of you that have been on the server for a while know well enough that Billy does not deserve liaison, considering just about an hour ago he CDM'd 4 people in his ambulance during one little intersection, on purpose. Not to mention that every single day you hear just a few times in chat that Billy's been RDMing staff. I have a few friends that have been staff, and most of them have left due to Billy being liaison. Billy also fails at every single thing he does on the server, such as picking up cars randomly and dropping them in the lake with his fizz gun. If he was driving them, it would be different, but abusing power, that's just one thing that people should freak out about on the server. A few months ago, or actually less than a month ago, the server hit its all-time low. They dropped from around rank 100 to rank 1000 in all the RP servers, and that was due to the fact that the old liaison, Anthony, had left, and around 10 staff members have left too, and most of those have actually been good. Now, good staff is not a term thrown around good in QIG for the simple fact that most of them are bad and everyone hates them. But on a server like QIG where they try to make you seem like everything is good, you cannot express your opinion without getting a 2-day ban. Now, some of the things that we do on this channel: we will express our opinions, and we will say the facts about QIG, and we will use people's names, and we will not make anything unexplicit for the people that watch and like this server. You will hear about us eventually, and we will be known, and we will not stop what we do. Now, most of the people on this server probably do agree with us, as I said in the beginning. Some of the admins that left about a few weeks ago was QIG Legit Killers and Revan. They were probably the only 2 admins that were respectful to players, responded to the players' reports, and actually did something. The server has a biased, corrupt way where if you're not an admin and you report something, then they're not going to do anything about it. If you post something on the forums, or if you try to message them, they simply won't read it, just because they are not on the same level as you. Most of the admins don't follow the rules, and they ban you if you do the same thing that they do, or even something a bit lighter. The problem with that is, they think that the rules do not apply to them simply because they are above the server rules. Most of you know Andy and Genocide. They are the server's owners, and they're the council of the server. They are the top people on the server. There's nobody above them. So what do you do when you get an admin abuser? Well, you simply would report it to them. It even says it in the rules as if you're supposed to expect a false admin. So when you try to report things to Andy and Genocide, which we have tried to do multiple times, and so have many other people on the server, they simply don't listen. They're AFK 24/7, and you can expect that from a server owner. It must get boring every once in a while. But they simply do not answer to you unless you're an admin. They do not cater to anything, whether or not it's a glitch or an exploit. They'll use it themselves and ban anyone else that uses it. So we just wanted to get the word out that this server is going to be solely based on the truth about QIG, what's bad about it, the mistakes that have gone wrong, and trying to get people kicked off of staff just because they aren't eligible for it. For those of you that have also been on QIG, you know the different tiers of staff members, the lowest one being moderator. After a ton of people left, Billy started hiring almost every single person he could to be a staff member because he needed a bunch of new ones because there was only about 3 left at the time. So they decided to hire someone named Johnny Gat. Now Johnny Gat, those of you who have played with him know that he was the biggest minge since Frank West. He had the biggest band record back in the day, and all he did was minge. Everyone knew him for minging, but Billy, of course not caring, decided that he would make a great mod. Now, I've heard stories, I don't know if they are true, but I've heard stories that he has tried to false ban people even though he's a moderator and he doesn't even have the power for that. I've heard he doesn't even know how to use most of his powers, and that's pretty much about Johnny Gat. But we have a lot to say about the rest of the staff, and we're going to be posting videos a lot about everything that's going wrong in the server. So we just wanted to make this quick introduction video to let you guys know what's going on the server and that we are not enemies of the server. We like the server occasionally. Most of the time we don't, sadly, because of Billy. But I do think that if we had the old Bison back, everything would be much better. So that's pretty much all for this video, and we hope that you can see our points in the future. If you want to hear more about the server and more about the facts, make sure to subscribe. I really don't care about likes, because that's not what we're trying to do here. So just subscribe if you want to hear the news, and we'll see you in the next video.